Hey guys, it's Anne, and I am going to be talking about what I read this month. It is October's reading log, and let's recap on what I read. To start out, I finally finished Hanakimi. I started reading this a while ago, and it was such a slow read for me. I have a hard time with some shoujos. The girls are just a little too ditzy, the boys are a little too annoying, and I have a hard time getting through it, but I finally finished the series. I can put it to bed. The ending was good, I'm not gonna lie, but the journey to get there was a lot. A quick summary of this story is it involves this girl right here, and her name is Mizuki. She falls in love with Sano because she sees him on TV one day, and so she decides to cut off all her hair and enroll in an all-boys school. She tries to get closer to him, and that's the whole premise of the manga, which, I don't know, reading it again, because I read this a long time ago, it was a bit far-fetched, and I didn't really enjoy it at first, but I was able to get absorbed into this universe and the characters, and honestly, it was a pretty good read. The next book I read is this one right here, and I didn't really like it. I was trying so hard to like it, but I'm not a big fan. I'm gonna get volume 2. I'm gonna see how I feel after that. But it's basically about this doctor guy. He's a psychologist, and he has a fascination with eyes. And it looks like he's kind of like a murderer, and he takes people's eyes because he's trying so hard to find the eyes he wants and likes. His favorite kind of eyes, that's what he's looking for. I finally read the first 3 volumes of The Water Dragon Bride. It was honestly very, very cute. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm gonna read volume 4 and 5 later. The story is about this girl right here. She falls into a pond at her house and gets transported into this new world, basically, where it's kind of medieval. She gets sacrificed to the water dragon god because of her red hair, and she becomes kind of like a priest in this town because he protects her, but she doesn't really like him, and I don't know, it's an interesting concept and I want to see where this goes. The next book I read this month was volume 1 of Takane and Hana, and I really enjoyed this as well, honestly. I'm not a big fan of shoujo, so I was really surprised that I liked this book and I liked The Water Dragon Bride, but the art's adorable and I really like the characters. I like that they're kind of trying to beat the other person and what they do, and I think it's cute. I don't have the volumes I read, but I ended up finishing The Promised Neverland. I couldn't wait for volume 17 to come out this month in November, so I ended up just finishing up the rest of the 4 volumes online. I already ordered 17, 18, 19, and 20. I'm gonna get this in the mail, but I did read the last 4 volumes of The Promised Neverland, and this was a ride. I am glad I finished it. I was obsessed with it. I was immersed in this world, and I heard season 2 is coming out, and I just can't wait. So I knew my pre-order for volume 2 of Chobits was coming in, so I finally read volume 1, and this was really cute. I'm a big fan of Clamp series. I love the art. I always love these magical stories, and I really enjoyed this volume 1 of the collector's edition, which is actually 2 volumes in 1. What can I tell you that you guys might not know about Chobits? Well, if you've never heard of it or never read it, because it is an older series, it's about this girl Chi, and she is a persicom, which is a personal computer. In this world, people buy these humanoid computers, and she is like a rogue computer basically, and they can't figure out who made her or where she's from. So I'm sure you have heard me talk about Akira Toriyama. I really like him. I liked Dragon Ball. I'm gonna read Dragon Ball Super very soon. And currently I'm reading Dr. Slump. I read volume 1 and volume 2 this month, and I loved it. So funny. The characters are so cute. I don't know. I might just be a fangirl at this point. Maybe it's not even good anymore. Anything he throws at me, I just consume. And yeah, I've been enjoying this, so I'm gonna read more volumes of this in the coming month. Alright, the last series that killed me this month that I finished was all 12 volumes of Death Note. I have a friend named Bunny on Instagram, and she was hosting a Death Note readathon, and so I read all of this month. And this was the thing that consumed me the entire month, because I don't know if you've heard this before, but Death Note is a very text-heavy manga. It is not at all a fast read. It took me hours each day to finish a volume, and it was a little unpleasant at times, but I really enjoyed the manga, and I'm glad I read it. I watched the anime many years ago, And so it was nice being able to read the source material. It's about this guy named Light, and he gets a thing called Death Note, where if you write someone's name in the Death Note, that person dies within like 40 seconds. And it's about shinigamis and death, and Light basically trying to become a god of the world and killing all the world's criminals, and him trying to evade the police. And it's just a crazy police drama, sci-fi type of book. And if you're into that, I recommend it. It was great. Now we're gonna get to the part of the video where I tell you what I want to read next month, or I guess technically it's this month. This month I hope to read the first 3 volumes of Shugo Chara. I've had this in my collection for a long time. I saw the anime a long time ago, and I want to read it. I want to continue this series I'm already reading, so I'm gonna read volume 3 of Dr. Slump, maybe volume 4 as well, volume 2 of Takana and Hana, volumes 6, 7, and 8 of Komi Can't Communicate, volumes 2 and 3 of Demon Slayer, volume 4 of Wodokoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku, and I will make a video on this one, volume 4 and 5 of A Water Dragon Bride, and finally, I want to read volume 2 of the collector's edition of Chobits. I'm loving this so far. It's so good. So yeah, that is what I want to read. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Anne. I hope to see you guys again. Bye!